Testing. Hello, degenerates. This is Stephen Hesher, and today I'm going to talk about why Biden's troop withdrawal plan is terrible. Oh. There are 3,500 United States troops in the country of Afghanistan right now. And currently the Afghan officials think that they have the situation handled. They think that they can deal with any sort of separatist movements without international help. However, many do have concerns about a civil war breaking out when the U.S. pulls out of Afghanistan. Currently, they have pluralism of thought. Women are allowed to be people, and they are not objects traded by men. This could change if the fundamentalist Islamic Taliban were to take over the country. So that there are some concerns that should be voiced about us pulling out of Afghanistan. However, it should also be known that what the United States is trying to win in Afghanistan is an asymmetric war. You can win when you're fighting an insurgency. However, I don't think anyone has the stomach for the kind of scorched earth mass slaughter that would be required to win. Due to the nature of an insurgency, you would have to depopulate large areas. There would be enormous loss of life. Yeah, you'd essentially be just firebombing the entire countryside. And even then, you might not be able to get everyone, just because, as I understand, the Taliban have a pretty advanced network of caves in many mountain ranges of the mountainous country of Afghanistan. So we're not going to win the insurgency. I think it's fair to say that the American conscience does not want that kind of full-scale genocide on our mind when we try to sleep at night. So at this point, we need to ask, is our presence in Afghanistan having a positive impact, or is it causing more pain? And it seems to me that if we were having a positive impact, we've been there long enough for that positive impact to be fully realized. We gave the Afghan government breathing room to set up a secular state. They didn't feel as much pressure from the Taliban. So, I mean, that mission's been accomplished. And kind of branching off on a slight tangent here, it should be noted that much like the Romans, the reasons we tell ourselves for getting involved in a conflict are often very different than the actual reasons we are getting involved in a foreign conflict. Our wars in the Middle East, they might have been discussed in terms of like counterterrorism or securing a free state. Sometimes even like women's rights were brought out as the reason we're over there. But make no mistake, the real reason we're in the Middle East is oil. A tangent within a smaller tangent, while we are currently willing to go to war to secure oil, in the future it will probably be water that we're killing people for. So why is this troop withdrawal so terrible, you might be asking? It sounds, Stephen, like you are in favor. You are in favor of withdrawing. Yet why did you talk about how terrible it's going to be? And the reason the withdrawal is going to suck, I still think we should do it, but it's going to suck more than a lot of people realize, because we will be receiving several thousand veteran troops here in the United States. And there is typically a surge in white supremacist violence following the withdrawal from a foreign conflict. There was in Vietnam. I'm not sure if there was one when we came home from Korea. But I suspect the same thing that happened following Vietnam is going to happen once we withdraw from Afghanistan. And I think we need a de-radicalization program that will help soldiers adjust to civilian life once they get home. Otherwise, you're going to have a large number of disillusioned, traumatized, and angry, and very experienced killers walking amongst us. I'm not trying to foment a fear of veterans, but whenever the U.S. invades a country, we try to identify possible insurgents. And the most likely insurgents are young men who are disillusioned and have combat experience. We understand, we know the profile of the most violent individuals in a society from when we invade. We just need to apply that standard to the United States. We need to treat our returning veterans with love and acceptance while also being aware of how dangerous they could be. And I don't think that we should try to criminalize someone being a veteran, but I think we do need to have, like I said, a de-radicalization program. The hippie in me says that we should try to incorporate psychedelics in that. It would definitely be useful for people who are dealing with PTSD. Just kind of scrub your identity clean and help you kind of move past all the experiences that you had of war. So, in Germany, actually, following the attempted storming of their parliamentarian building, I feel like it's called the Bundeswehr, but I'm not sure. Following the attempted storming of that during the summer of 2020 by right-wing extremists, the German government actually secured €1 billion that they are putting into a de-radicalization program, because they've been having issues in their special forces, especially with issues of anti-Semitism and right-wing ideology. So they're not, they're using this money for, policing purposes, but also they're using it in academia to try to study what it is about a person that makes them prone to nationalism and why that's so difficult to that's a difficult process to reverse, nationalization. So, anyways, I think we should totally get those troops out of here and also be prepared for, potentially 3,500 Timothy McVeighs to be walking amongst us. So, this is Stephen Hesher signing off.